lead in the fucking bush?
I don't even know you.
Hey, I don't know you, man.
You might be a fucking cop. Next time we'll do it normal, okay? Wait, now
we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it the right way this time.
No, we ain't gonna do it the right way this time. Come on, let's go back to the road.
Well, you got $6,000 in the car. I gotta leave my shit here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can still see it. You can see it through the fucking window, man.
I can't see shit. A fucking squirrel.
Listen, for Christ's sake. What the fuck are you doing this for?
Look at man, I'll feel better.
All right. Let's just take it. It's your bro, bro. It's yours. You fucking like it. Fine, bro. You want to do it like that?
Hey, man, let's do a couple lines, huh? We'll fucking celebration.
Nah, bro. We're not doing any fucking.
Do lines, celebrate. Let's do it. Freeze, motherfucker, get down! Man, put your ass on down! Pull your fucking out! Down! All right, put the one in the trash can. Where's the money? Jimbo, check in the trash can. I think it's there. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you do or say will be able to get you in a court of law. Choose to have a lawyer, there'll be one to represent you. Is that okay? Great. All right, I got the money. Where's the coke? Under the car. It's under the car. Under the car. It's under the car. Under the car. All right, I got the coke.
Guys, I got a one-hitter out of the glove compartment. Stop by and get your darts. We'll go to Boopies and get beers.
What's gonna happen now? Now 6 to 30 fucking 5. That's what's gonna happen. Mandatory. That's a class X felony. You fucked up. Then I gotta get a lawyer. Here, listen to some tunes. You fucked up, man. You fucking fucked up.
You've got to pick up every stick. Hey, hey.
Oops. That really didn't turn out as planned. You see, what happened was the guy that originally called me up to set up this deal got busted with an ounce of coke a month before I did. And the only way he was going to get out of his situation was to put somebody else into his situation. Who's that somebody? You're looking at him. Now I'm at the Kale Street precinct. And if I don't get $5,000 to get bonded out of jail, they're going to put me in the paddy wagon and bring me down to 6 in California, to where the Cook County Jail is. Now, the Cook County Jail is the biggest county jail in North America. And the only thing that a kid from the picture-perfect American suburban town knows about the Cook County Jail is, well, looks like a big factory. A big butt-fucking factory! Everybody's getting fucked in the ass! And if they're not getting fucked in the ass, they're fighting to protect their ass. I mean, it's a gladiator school. So there's only one thing I could do, and that was to call my mom. Hello, this is Miriam Borelli. I am not home right now, so please leave your message after the beep and I will call you back when I get in. Thank you, bye. Beep. Excuse me, officer. You know what, I just realized my mom went to Utah for 9 days to go visit my sister and niece and nephew. They're gonna go skiing, maybe hit a cafe, talk about the family. All right, sure, I'm sorry, I'm getting to the point. Is it okay if I use the phone one more time? I need to call my dad. Hello? Hey, Dad. Hello, Ricardo. How are you? Not so good, Dad. You see, I just got arrested for 4 ounces of cocaine and I need $5,000 to get out of jail. Dad? Dad? Pop? Ricardo! Cocaine! This is very serious. What are you going to do? Oh, Dad, I was hoping that maybe you can help me out, Pop. But Ricardo, you need a lawyer. I will have to call Michael Boland to see if he knows someone who can help you, Ricardo, because you need a lawyer, Rick. Well, thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. But do you think you maybe be able to come down here and pick me up? I mean, this place is pretty spooky, Pop. Ricardo, I do not have $5,000 laying around in my apartment, okay? I do not have a money tree, Ricardo, that I can pick $5,000 off of to come and get you for selling cocaine, Ricardo. I will have to go to the bank. Now, where are you? I'm at the Kale Street precinct, Pop. Well, Ricardo, you listen to me, okay? You just stay there. We are going to have a long conversation, Ricardo. Now, I will come when I can. Goodbye. See you, Pop. Sorry about that. After I got off the phone with my old man, I felt this self-manifested big black cloud come hovering over my head, and I knew it was going to be there for quite some time. That night, I slept at the Cale Street precinct on an iron cot that was bolted to the wall. The next morning, the cops opened up my cell. They shackled up my ankles and my wrists. They put me in the paddy wagon. They brought me down to 26 in California to the criminal court building for my arraignment hearing. My father had spoke to a Michael Boland, who was a federal judge that lived across the street from my family and I when I was a kid, and he suggested a lawyer by the name of William P. Murphy, who was an expert in criminal drug cases. I met Mr. Murphy at my arraignment hearing. He spoke to the judge and got my bond lowered from $5,000 to $1,500 due to the fact that I was a first-time offender and there was no weapons involved. My pop picked me up later on that day, and the conversation on the ride home was very much like that. By the time I got home to my apartment, I was a total basket case. I just kept trying to walk away from myself. I couldn't believe I fell for this deal. And I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll give my buddies a call. Maybe they can shine some light on this whole situation. Then I realized there was nobody I wanted to share this information with. So I thought, okay, the only thing that I can do under this kind of stress, the only thing that anybody can do under this kind of stress is just lay down, go to sleep, forget about the whole thing. Just drift out of your body. Time to go see me. 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 But I had so many thoughts racing through my head I couldn't sleep. Besides, it was only 6 o'clock in the evening. I know what I'll do. I'll go pray. That's what I'll do. I'll go pray. God, please, you gotta get me out of this, God. Please, I thought we had a deal, God. I thought you were gonna help me stop selling cocaine.
I did.
Then I realized, whenever you pray to God, always make sure that you're very, very specific! And it dawned on me. Tonight I was invited to attend an advanced, exclusive, improvisational class taught by this guru named Del Close. Now, Del was an alumni of the Second City Theater. He was the most respected improvisational teacher in Chicago, if not the entire world. He befriended the old beat poets like Allen Ginsberg, William S. Burroughs, and Jack Kerouac. He had taught all the great comedic minds that ever came out of Chicago, like Bill Murray, Mike Myers, Chris Farley, and my personal hero, the man that I so wanted to become, John Belushi. So I knew there was only one thing I could do, and that was to pull my bootstraps up and get my ass down to the theater. Oh my God.
Did everybody pay? Get that damn dog out of here. Good evening, and welcome. My name is Del Close, and I thought that rather than having a class per se this evening, we could all partake in an experiment using gads, or archetypes, if you will. You see, there are an infinite amount of archetypes for you all to choose from, and they all reside in your subconscious minds. And they can be summoned by any one of you as a tool or guide for any aspect of your life, including an improvisational scene. Now, if, for example, you were to choose the god Hermes, the winged-footed messenger of the gods, you may choose to perform the said scene in a very swift, logical, detached, cerebral fashion. For you see, Hermes held the caduceus, which allowed him to transcend the earth plane, the heavenly plane, and all the interdimensional planes in between, delivering messages of all different colors, tones, alphabets, and languages. You see, he was very busy. Which reminds me of a time back in 1975 when I was directing Saturday Night Live, and John Belushi and I had spent the entire evening in my Greenwich Village apartment snorting cocaine and shooting heroin. When, out of nowhere, Belushi had decided to depart, thus leaving me alone, trying to decide whether I should smoke another cigarette or not. Now, I recall summoning at least 1,500 of my own various archetypes on the matter at hand. I remember that the tally came to something like 750 against having another cigarette and 750 in favor of smoking another cigarette. It was truly quite perplexing at the time. I then noticed that John had left his sunglasses behind. So, I picked them up and placed them on. In doing so, I became completely enveloped in John Belushi's God essence and or archetype, who incidentally influenced me to go ahead and light up another cigarette. After my use of Prometheus to get a fire, Belushi came barreling in through my door to retrieve his shades. So there I was, stoned out of my mind, smoking, completely enveloped in John Belushi's God essence and or archetype, looking through the eyes of John Belushi at John Belushi. While John Belushi is looking back at me. Time, as we knew it, came to a complete and abrupt halt. Just then, from behind Belushi's right shoulder appeared the snake-haired Medusa. I had to turn away, for I did not want to turn to stone. Then a fireball came blazing past my head from Apollo. I had to look up, and there was the Cyclops staring at me with that insidious eye. I wanted to poke it out, but I had nothing to poke it with. The Spartan children had all assembled with their diapers on and daggers in hand, marching towards me. Just then, Belushi had flipped upside down, assuming the posture of the 12th major arcana of the Tarot, the hanged man. He was in a complete state of suspended consciousness, or samadhi. I did not want to be hanging from the gallows pole. I didn't want to be drowned in that insidious river. I wanted to be cut down. The sirens were wailing. Dear gods, why have you forsaken me? It was truly quite bizarre at the time. Speaking of which, unfortunately, we have run out of time. Perhaps next week we can try this technique on stage, rather than in your minds. So that is all for this evening. Oh, other than, if any one of you have any drugs, preferably of the smoking nature, such as marijuana or hashish, I would truly love to give myself up to the goddess that is my Jones. If anyone could answer this supplication positively, I would strongly suggest that you stay behind. The rest of you, I will see next Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Bye.
I really wanted to stay behind and get stoned with Bell. I mean, sure, the guy had a little bit of a drug problem, but he was a genius. So I was just standing there wondering what I should do. And it was at that moment that I heard his voice for the first time.
What are you doing? I am Theolucius, the archetype of truth, a reason and the right thing to do. Under no circumstances are you to stay behind and get stoned with that polytheistic freak. You have been busted for 4 ounces of cocaine. Oh my shish in a god! Now that's a lot, dude. You knew that guy was trying to get you in trouble, but you did not pay attention to your instincts. I have told you 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion times before to always ask yourself, what are you doing whenever you're doing something and you're not so sure that what you are doing is what you should be doing. The answer, the answer to all questions comes from the listening within. Now it is time to get back to the basics and start paying attention.